Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, early today, Crypto Wolf tweeted to his 307,100 followers. When did XRP start dropping? That's a reasonable inquiry, too. The attention of everyone has been on the price movement. Before I started recording, the price of XRP was at 63 cents, now it's down to 62 cents, what gives? When it comes to the law in the United States, XRP is the sole major cryptocurrency. We took this as a post-moon shot, correct? We're supposed to break records, right? Well, I never claimed to have absolute certainty about whether or not that will occur. When I don't offer price projections, I've always been honest about the fact that I don't know. I won't be participating in it. But the question has been answered. A new record high wasn't going to be reached, and the price was expected to fall after that. Some individuals are worried that the sense of elation you felt around this time last year in July is fading. I can assure you that I am as pleased as ever to be here, and this clarity in the law is a big reason why. And I do not believe for a second that this means that something is fundamentally wrong with how XRP is being treated, or this or that. And I will show you why I firmly believe that I will try and dispel what I think are one or two false narratives around this, and I will also highlight that there is no shortage of analysts who are confident that we will see moves to the upside led by Bitcoin. Even if XRP is my preferred cryptocurrency, I must admit that Bitcoin is the cryptocurrency that has consistently led market trends. Cool. I get how it functions. Then, at some point in the future, hopefully before the end of the season, I'll understand that money circulates in enormous cap coins. My belief that this asset class will grow substantially in the years ahead is the primary reason I am not the least bit concerned. And it's simple to get caught up in the day-to-day, price swings and experience feelings that leave you feeling a little depressed or unhappy. For this reason, however, I'll say only collect around the 5 kids. Uncle Moon Lumbo will now be telling stories. I should probably clarify that I have zero experience in the financial sector before continuing. I'm not giving out money management tips. And remember, you should never use anything I say as a reason to buy or sell something. I'm just a fan who occasionally posts silly videos to YouTube regarding crypto-related things. This is why we have these kinds of stories. Just look at the alarming reports about XRP losing over $2.3 billion in market cap as a result of the latest court judgment in the crypto space. Now that the initial excitement of the post-ruling period has worn off, we can look at the next XRP support and resistance levels. In any case, I can only speak for myself here. My enthusiasm for life after leadership has not diminished. Sure, anything. Perhaps the excitement peaked in the first day or two. Still, I'm overjoyed by the news that XRP has been reinstated on all previously delisted cryptocurrency exchanges. Coinbase, Nance, US, and Kraken are just some of the largest exchanges where XRP is once again available for trading. If you know of any others that haven't replied in kind, please let me know. As a result, XRP is not considered a security under current law. Even though I know we're at a peak in the market cycle, I couldn't be more ecstatic about this development. Just before the peak of our joy, those that are looking to establish themselves can do it at this juncture. Also, I'm not suggesting you make any financial transactions at this time. I'm simply giving you my 2 cents on the matter. Consider the $2.3 billion market cap in light of the recent downturn in the economy. What exactly are we discussing, then? Furthermore, I find it hard to believe this story. I'm going to think about this for a full minute. I'm trying to be as efficient as possible, so this is approximately. I prepared a video where I elaborate on why I find this to be absurd. However, the court in the Terra Luna case involving Do Kwon is what ultimately led to the collapse of the crypto market in May of last year. Then there was the pandemic that spread thanks to Celsius and all those 3 capital letters. The SEC is now pursuing Dopamine's company, Terra Luna, and citing their case against Ripple as evidence. James Murphy, an attorney, has called this particular judge a renegade judge. He was referred to be a renegade judge, his exact words. And this is before he publicly criticized Judge Shore's decision in the SEC v. Ripple case. To be clear, the fact that Judge Rakoff, a renegade judge, spoke out against the premise of XRP not being a security does not change the fact that XRP is not a security. Definitely not the standard operating procedure. Whether or not Judge Rakoff agrees, the law of the land holds that XRP itself is not a security. Doesn't affect anything, and no, I don't anticipate a decrease in XRP price as a direct result of this. Seeing what, exactly? I noticed a huge price increase in XRP when it was finally priced. Boleyn, I see that happening on July 13th in a couple of hours after XRP acquired legal clarification. Just like XRP did. The market then saw a brief downturn, from which some investors benefited. After that, market activity slowed down somewhat. And it continued on without changing its previous behavior. XRP's price continues to track the market's general direction. They were still, technically speaking, in lockstep with Bitcoin. But the interesting thing here, and this is one of those rare instances XRP drove Bitcoin price, is that on July 13th there was enough excitement and optimism about XRP to produce a surge in Bitcoin's price. However, once that happens, it's too late. As expected, XRP followed the rest of the market, which is being led by Bitcoin, and fell. It completed the task in 2020, well before the complaint was filed. After claims were made that XRP was a security, the price of the cryptocurrency plummeted. The price had been held down artificially. However, once it established that new, artificially low level, it merely followed suit in its subsequent movements. It was still synchronized with itself and it was chained. As a result, it did not achieve a new record high in 2021. Even yet, it followed the rising tide of happiness. A chart would show that it rose to around $2. The price dropped again after the initial excitement faded. Now that the case has been resolved, it can run up and move in unison. Now, keep this in mind. And I've mentioned the KIN token previously, as it was targeted by the SEC. Even before the SEC v. Ripple lawsuit had even begun, the situation had been clarified legally. And as for that damn token, I just can't figure out where the video's trap opens. But I feel like I've said enough on the subject. But I'd want to point out. Since the lawsuit didn't kill the KIN token, it became free after the rules were made clear. In a period of 6 months, it increased by what seemed like a crazy multiple of 2,000%. That means it took more than a moment to occur. No such thing occurred. A snap of the finger. About 6 months passed while this was going on. This is just typical human conduct, then. It was exciting to think that such a monumental event could drive XRP to surge to a new all-time high. It has a very high market cap. It's important to discuss and examine this since it will cause a dramatic shift in the market. I didn't have any issues with the talks I mentioned, but now I'm wondering whether this is going to be another one. But in terms of the long-term effect on prices, how significant do you think this will be? Again, I'm not trying to forecast the future value of XRP, but I do think it's finally free. I don't believe that this kind of conduct is restricted to humans. But in the short term, XRP has dropped to a low of 62 cents in the last day. The XRP 24-hour chart is displayed here for your perusal. Now I'd want to switch gears and talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's value has risen to almost $28,000, what do you know? Is that why XRP's value dropped? Due to the fall in Bitcoin's value. And this is me not being an easy mark. I don't have to be anybody important, and I don't even need a stage to bring this up. I'm using a real-time coin counter. I can get by without any advanced equipment. Let's not make this more difficult to grasp than it already is. You'll be doing a lot of switching between these two tabs. As a result, you can see that the value of XRP in Bitcoin follows a very similar pattern. When Bitcoin falls in value, XRP follows suit. The market, you know nothing about it, moves in unison. Wow, that's hard to believe. However, let's try to broaden our perspective. So, tell me about the past 30 days. Once more, we have XRP. You can notice the XRP price increase here. That chart is one I have not forgotten. What you see there is a freaking cliff. Get up there. As you can see, it soon skyrocketed to the top. The market corrected, the news spread, and suddenly everyone was selling. And your eyeballs work, right? Since then, it's been going down steadily. Here's the Bitcoin, if you'll let me swap it. For anyone interested, here is a Bitcoin chart that spans 30 days. By the way, this chart is from approximately November 13th and shows that after a brief surge caused by XRP, Bitcoin has been steadily declining ever since. I'll be toggling between these two charts to show you that, if anything, XRP appears slightly more resilient, if anything, but it's still trended down. Since Bitcoin has always been at the forefront of the market, there is no reason to believe that XRP will be immune to its current trend. Because of this newfound legal certainty, the price of Bitcoin is free to move in any direction it pleases, causing the entire market to shift in tandem, while XRP remains silent. Sadly, I must say no. I'm truly sorry. That ain't gonna happen. But it's all good. We can do without it. I only wish to point out. Normal human conduct looks like this. I don't understand why this is so frightening or why we should feel defeated. It's very legitimate to wonder why XRP is trading at 62 cents or whether you've finally woken up. Look at the price and think, wow, that's a big drop from the previous day, or the day before that, or even a few days ago. Sure, anything. I share your enthusiasm for this line of inquiry. Is this a problem, though? In fact, I would argue that if we didn't receive this legal clarity in the SEC versus Ripple case, when, as you can see, XRP was trading in the high 40-cent range before it began its recent upswing, the cryptocurrency would be worth much less now. You can think of it as roughly 47 cents. 47 is about right. It seems to be in a state of mild motion. Well, it's safe to assume that the price of a Bitcoin would have continued to move in the same direction regardless. That means Bitcoin would still have been on a downward trend during this time frame. In addition, I believe that XRP would have continued its downward movement had it not been intentionally suppressed to a level from which it has yet to fully recover. But if we were to begin at a lower tier, then what would it be? Is it going to be around 30 cents? Do you think that might be around 40 cents? I can't say. However, I think we can safely assume that it would be less than it is right now. And look, I still think XRP markets are affected, as I indicated a second ago. Although we finally got that judgment on the 13th of last month, it will take some time to undo the harm done by the SEC over the previous 2.5 years. But it's all good, we got the verdict. If it's still there, to some degree at least, then what we did was justified. I'm not in a hurry, and I continue to anticipate optimistic market conditions. Since XRP has been relisted, I don't understand why anyone would be upset about this. Also, renowned crypto chart analyst posted the following with his 343,500 Twitter, then known as X, followers. This image depicts a Bitcoin/US dollar chart. He also alludes to a green and crimson area. In the green area down below, represented by this box, the price of a Bitcoin is between around $20,500 and $29,000. The cost of this red box is between $31,000 and $31,400. He means to convey that he is not the least bit frightened by or finds warmth in the recent village volatility of Bitcoin. He decided to put pen to paper and call instead. This is a lovely test of our ecological safety zone. To the unswept highs, and maybe even the reed supply zone above, this is where I anticipate the bolts to hold. The item in today's Daily Huddle shows that he is not alone in this line of thinking. They're writing about a Glassnote co-creator's point of view. And I've always liked them a lot. The headline, a rhetorical question, is here. Glassnote predicts that there is little chance of a Bitcoin price drop to $23,000. Joint creator. And here's why. Plus, I'm a sucker for a good backstory. Wow, this is interesting. So, have a look at this. According to the company's co-founder, the current macro environment is ideal for riskier assets like Bitcoin to flourish. This mysterious analyst, who calls himself Nugent Tropic Artesian Tropic, presumably informs his 55,800 Twitter followers that the decline of the US dollar index, DXY for short, is good news for Bitcoin. The Nasdaq 100, which hit a record high of 21 in late 2000, is very close to matching that peak, as Aegean Tropic points out. According to him, historical data shows that Bitcoin typically catches up within about 80 days after the Nasdaq recovers substantial levels. Typically, it begins with a deceleration of the Nasdaq as money moves into riskier investments. The Nasdaq usually takes off again after the rotation, driving the price of Bitcoin higher. This is a topic that has been getting a lot of attention in the crypto community, and I've discussed it a few times on my channel. This notion that, if you look at how stocks have performed this year, but today, and well, considering what certain doomsday people were saying around the tail end of last year, in particular, things are looking pretty darn good up. Not that I hadn't done well this year, but the price motion of Bitcoin was something we didn't have. Bitcoin, which you are undoubtedly discussing, has increased by, say, 100% since its November lows. Wow, that's great. Despite the general upward trend in equities, there has been some recent downward price activity and some sideways price action. What he's arguing is that the DXY would have naturally evolved in this way if we looked back far enough in time. After around 80 days, investors start pouring in because they've heard of you because to Nasdaq's prominence. Anyhow, it appears to me that it's essentially simply money rotating through. As a result of people realizing they stand to gain, they invest in Bitcoin, which is widely seen as a riskier asset. The same thing occurs in the cryptocurrency market as well. The money always seems to travel into Bitcoin first, then into high-cap currencies, and then after people make some money there, it moves into medium-cap coins, and so on. Just keep doing it till you're satisfied. So even if it takes time, I know that in the moment it feels like forever to people, but that's why I simply acknowledge that that's how it feels to people, and then I don't take part in the depressing cycle any longer. Machines, because it's dumb and they're not going to bother. The vast picture is where I think I belong. I plan on staying for the duration. And I think in the grand scheme of things, it won't matter, and a lot more money will pour into the area. To that end, count myself in. And in the meantime, I'm just going to enjoy watching the action with a stake in the outcome, because this ride has been incredible. That much I can guarantee. It's okay to detest BlackRock, in fact, we encourage it, there's so much to look forward to that you may have forgotten about them. The dam's broke. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume they'll be granted permission to launch a Bitcoin ETF in the near future. For entertaining guests, that's Mike. I've been saying that, I don't know, for over a year. Yeah. Grin, people. To put it simply, everything is fine. I hope that describes the vast majority of you. Regardless, I've gotten the impression that some individuals are feeling rather depressed, as if we were expected to have our mood and time all to ourselves. In any case, don't give a damn. What will happen, will happen. We have no say over that. Let's all grow up and deal with this like grown-ups. It's all good. Being here is a lot of fun. Even in the midst of all this. To put it simply, I'm content. That completely ruins my lunch. No, I don't give out financial advice. Nothing I say should influence your buying or selling decisions. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.